Step into the eerie world where reality takes a mysterious turn, and stories emerge that are beyond comprehension. Get ready for a spine-tingling experience as we delve into 3 horror tales that will send shivers down your spine. Brace yourself for a journey into the unknown, where the boundaries between the living and the otherworldly blur. Join us as we unravel these bone-chilling narratives that will make you question the very essence of fear and leave you captivated by the mysteries that lie beyond. Are you daring enough to explore these gripping stories that will leave you thinking about the unexplainable? In a little town surrounded by hills and trees, there was a girl named Lily. She loved exploring and having fun with her best friend Emily. One day, Emily found an old book in the town's library. It talked about a special thing called the Amulet of Shadows. This amulet could connect the world of the living to the world of spirits, and only a true believer could use it. Excited about their discovery, Lily and Emily decided to find the amulet. They went to an old mansion on the edge of town, and inside they found the amulet glowing on a stand. When Lily touched it, a strange voice said, "The believer has awakened the shadows." Despite the spooky voice, Lily and Emily wanted to use the amulet for good. They sought help from kind spirits to get rid of the dark force in the mansion. With the guidance of these friendly spirits, Lily faced the bad force and used the amulet to send it away, closing the door between the worlds. The town became peaceful again, and the mansion stayed quiet. Lily and Emily, though changed by their adventure, were happy to have each other. The amulet, now safe and hidden, reminded them that bravery and friendship could beat darkness. Their story became a legend in the town, teaching everyone about courage and the strength of the human spirit. But their happiness didn't last long. The dark force they banished was still around, waiting for a chance to come back. One night, Lily and Emily had strange dreams, and the dark force returned, making them act weird. They were like different people, saying creepy things and scaring everyone. People in the town got worried and didn't know what to do. They decided to ask for help from Father Dave, an old priest who knew about dealing with bad spirits. Father Thomas, with his tools and a single candle, went to the mansion where Lily and Emily lived. In the dark mansion, Father Dave found the possessed girls. Their eyes glowed strangely, and their voices sounded spooky. Father Thomas, strong in his faith, started a special ritual to remove the dark force. The battle between good and bad spirits was intense, with Lily and Emily shaking and the dark force fighting back. As the ritual reached its end, a bright light filled the room. The dark force couldn't handle Father Thomas's strong faith, and it screamed in pain. Lily and Emily fell to the ground, free from the darkness. The town celebrated their return, and the amulet, now powerless, was forgotten. Father Dave, tired but happy, prayed for the girls and the town. He said that friendship and faith had won over the dark force. The next morning, as the sun rose, the town knew that Lily and Emily's story had a new chapter, one of overcoming tough times, staying strong, and believing that goodness could always win. In a small yet beautiful village called Alpha Creek with approximately 4,000 people lived a single father named John, with his precious daughter Emma. His daughter Emma and her friend Sarah were always together, exploring secrets around them. One evening, after finding an old dusty book in the attic, strange things began happening. On that night, Sarah and Emma started to read the strange words written in the book, not knowing that those words would bring out a satanic spirit who was just looking for the perfect souls to possess and make them do unspeakable things. The same night, John noticed a change in Emma. His sweet daughter started doing creepy things with Sarah. They painted strange symbols and words on the walls which seemed to be written in Latin and spoke in a different voice. When John went to the backyard, he found a dead dog with blood spilled all over the ground. He later realized that the red symbols on the walls was not paint but the blood of a dog. When he turned around to sneak a peek at his daughter, she was staring at him intensely through the window already. It was scary to him because Emma did not even blink once. John knew that something was wrong with his daughter and her friend, so his suspicion pointed right towards that demonic book his grandfather told him to never open. He went to the attic and found that the book wasn't there, so he knew that had to do something to protect his daughter. To save Emma, John looked for someone who knew about supernatural things. In quiet talks, he heard about the spirit seeker, who could get rid of bad spirits. The spirit seeker, a mysterious figure in a cloak, met John late at night. With a voice as cold as the wind, he told John that his daughter was in fact possessed by a spirit when he looked at her bloodshot eyes. Armed with special things and old chants, the spirit seeker and John went to John's home, now filled with a strange feeling. In a dimly lit room, Emma and Sarah kept chanting Latin words, taken by the bad spirit. The spirit seeker, not scared, started a ritual to get the bad spirit out. A cold wind blew out candles, and the girls started to scream out of their lungs as if they were caught on fire. The spirit seeker's words got louder, covering the scary whispers. The windows shattered, and the floor started to shake like an earthquake, but the seeker remained strong and determined to save those girls. As the ritual ended, a loud scream filled the room, and a bright light came. The bad spirit, in pain, left Emma and Sarah. The girls fell, looking innocent again. John, feeling relieved, thanked the spirit seeker, and in return the spirit seeker said, "If something like this ever happens again, go to the abandoned park and behind the big trees. That's where you'll find me." In the aftermath, everything had changed because everyone had suffered a lot mentally by what happened, but John kept the memory to himself, whereas people in town spoke in quiet tones about the mysterious spirit seeker, the hero who brought light to the darkness. The story of the possessed girls became a chilling legend, reminding everyone that even in the scariest times, someone brave might appear to fight the shadows. Inside a small town where there was a family living in an old, creaky house, strange things started happening to them. The youngest child, Emily, began to act very differently. She would speak in a deep, growling voice, and her eyes turned a horrifying shade of dark red. The family grew worried and decided to seek help. They called upon a renowned exorcist named Father Thomas. He arrived at the house with a bag full of religious artifacts and a determined look on his face. The family explained all the unusual things they had witnessed with Emily. Father Thomas understood that an evil spirit had possessed her and he had to perform an exorcism to save her soul. As nightfall approached, Father Thomas began the exorcism ritual. The family gathered around, clutching each other tightly for support. The atmosphere grew tense as Father Thomas chanted prayers and sprinkled holy water around the room. Suddenly, the house seemed to come alive. Furniture started levitating and doors slammed shut with great force. The possessed Emily spoke in a sinister voice, hurling insults and threats at Father Thomas. The exorcist remained resolute and continued the ritual, calling upon the power of God to drive out the evil entity. Emily's body contorted in unnatural ways, her bones cracking as the spirit fought to keep control. The room filled with chilling sounds, as if invisible hands were scratching the walls and whispering eerie phrases. As the exorcism progressed, the entity grew angrier. Shadows danced on the walls, and a bone-chilling coldness enveloped the room. Father Thomas could feel the evil presence trying to break his resolve, but he held strong. He recited prayers and commanded the spirit to leave Emily's body. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, there was a sudden gust of wind and a blinding light. Emily's body went limp, and the dark red color retreated from her eyes. The family watched in relief as it seemed the evil spirit had departed. Father Thomas helped Emily to her feet, offering words of comfort. She looked pale and exhausted, but she was finally free from the clutches of evil. The family embraced Emily, tears of joy streaming down their faces. But the story doesn't end there. As the exorcist began to pack his belongings, an eerie silence filled the house. The walls started to shake and a blood-curdling scream echoed through the rooms. The family turned to Father Thomas, terror in their eyes. The exorcism had angered a more powerful demon. Realizing the danger, Father Thomas urged the family to flee the house immediately. As they rushed to the front door, the walls seemed to close in around them. They could hear demonic laughter echoing in their ears. With a final burst of strength, they made it outside, leaving the possessed house behind. To this day, the abandoned house remains haunted by the powerful demon. People passing by claim to hear agonizing screams and witness strange supernatural phenomena. The family, scarred by their encounter, had learned the terrifying reality of the spirit world and the battle between good and evil. And as for Father Thomas, he continues his fight against the forces of darkness, never backing down from the challenges that lie ahead.